Hey people, Ingrid here, 53 Faction War. This is Typhon Arena and Tyranids versus Eldar for the blue Tyranid team. We have two Hive Tyrants. First up is Hiveminion. We also have OceansAteAlaska. These guys, lumbering behemoths, walk through objects and cannot be suppressed. Strong offense, support and disruption begin in melee combat with a basic synapse. I shall call them Javier and Masvidal, after George Masvidal, who's fighting this weekend as of the recording of this anyway. Rounded off the team is Redbeard with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt, powerful offense and a bit of support. For the Eldar team, best noob is a Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero that fights in range combat by default, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control abilities. Already got up to this contested power, capped it, noded it. Teleporting is just cheating. Alongside here, Qwest as a Farseer support hero that fights in melee combat, powerful buffs, debuffs and control abilities. Having a go at the Hive Tyrant as he just walks past. Oh, there we go. Masvidal wants a piece now. And rounded off the teams, Marky is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, powerful disruption and support, and can throw out Eldar lightning stuff. Look at that. Banshees alongside there. Lictor Alpha gets stuck in. Termagants, though, a bit far away. Those Hormagaunts were quite isolated there. Avengers backing off. Banshees going in on the Lictor Alpha. They can be very dangerous for a low-level hero. And we might see it right here. Nope, the Termagants put enough damage in and got those Banshees out of there. Meanwhile, in the top, Hiveminion's Hormagaunts are going to die. There we go. For those wondering why this fella's called Javier and this fella's called Masvidal, is because on this channel we affectionately give Hive Tyrants Spanish names, or at least I think they're Spanish. Maybe they're just Hispanic or Spanish sounding, for reasons I won't go into. But you're not going mad. It's true. Those Termagants did get away for Hiveminion. Banshees, there's only two of them. I don't think they can finish off Javier over here. Going to replace those Hormagaunts. Hiveminion perhaps had some pathing issues. I mean, with a Warp Spider, you've got to think they're going to have a big mobility advantage getting up to those top VPs. Hiveminion is not the quickest fella around. Farseer here getting stuck into some Hormagaunts. Got a bunch of XP. And a Shuriken Cannon up for Qwest and Marky. Got some Spore Mines just went down from Redbeard. Double cap here for Eldar. Hormagaunts being shot up on this contested VP. What a classic map Typhon Arena is. So many retail games just gathering around turrets and beacons down here. These days, Elite Mod is a bit too sophisticated to be gathering around turrets, it seems. Nobody does it anymore. Lictor Alpha has come all the way to the top here from Redbeard, who did lose some Hormagaunts. Meleeing Termagants on the Avengers. That's done because retreating units take more melee damage. Flesh Hook almost helped finish them all off there with some Termagant fire. What's going on? A power bash from the Eldar on his central power point. Are you going to defend, fellas? Triple Hormagaunts for Oceans. Can't really do a whole lot, I suppose, with a Guardian weapon team there. Maybe we'll see the Gravity Blade in Tier 2 from Qwest with all those Hormagaunts around. No sign of Warrior Broods, though. Tyranids looking kind of thin. We have Raveners on the way for Hiveminion and Redbeard. The Power Bash got a generator and a node. Maybe another generator here. Coming in from the southwest is Marky. Another one goes down. Masvidal's not happy. Stomping. Not towards the Banshees. Is he trying to get into retreat path here? Does have the extended carapace for the very useful charge when you're trying to get through some setup teams. And Rending Talons for Hiveminion. Brood Nest is up. Banshees are not going to like this thing. But we'll see it here. Seismic Roar, there it goes. Boom. Look at the damage it does to level 1 Banshees. If there was some Hormagaunts around or something, they would have certainly gone down. Maybe they still will. Lictor Alpha does not have enough energy to throw out the Flesh Hook and finish off those ladies. They do get away. 328 to 500 on the VPs. Eldar have not lost a VP yet. Tyranids can be very strong in all phases of the game though. Sometimes you'll see them just kind of skip tier 2 in a faction war like this. Just use the weight of units in tier 1 to carry them through to monstrous tier 3 creatures. You didn't finish this generator off, fellas. There we go. They all have adrenal glands, so that's some danger there, the triple Hormagaunts. Burrow Strike from the Raveners. These guys start off with ranged weapons these days, but are decent in the melee. There we go. Getting in on those guys. And they'll retake the VP. And these guys are eating generator. See their adrenal glands on their back. Mazadal's getting in with a charge. I don't think it actually does damage. Looks like it should, but I guess that's overpowered and stuff. Eldar do renode their power, and Hiveminion, after that early Hormagaunt loss, is pushing through the top, has capped the power, and stolen that Eldar generator. This wreck point is up here uncapped. Banshee's back in. These are the ladies that barely got away from that seismic roar. Maybe we'll see another one right here. War Shout suppressing the Termagants. Raveners are there. They're quite low though. Don't want the Banshees getting in. Banshee's now backing off. Best Noob doesn't have a great way to approach aside from get the Banshees in and War Shout. I guess they could get those Dire Avengers close. Wait for grenade openings. Hive Tyrant trying to get in on them. Level 2 that guy now. Taking some damage as he backs away. Javier needs to run. There we go. Look at that from Qwest. A little flank on the brood nest there. Maybe they can pincer these Tyranids. This is Qwest's Shuriken. And Ocean's coming in to try and help out. Hormagaunts getting onto the Shuriken. Guide was on that thing there. Lictor Alpha's in play now, being all sneaky from the bottom. Banshees against Hormagaunts. And double Dire Avengers there with grenades, but it misses everything. Lictor Alpha's in. And does have the Feeder Tendrils. Power weapon that heals on hit. Gonna die here though, I think. Yes, Banshees, did they stay in too long though to get that kill? I think they'll be okay. This model, oh no, maybe not. Hormagaunts on retreat path is gonna eat them. Yep. Down they go. Losses for everyone then in tier 1, I suppose. Although I don't think Marky Mark lost anything. Did Best Noob lose anything? I don't think he got anything else out. 284, 455, 2-1 cap here for the Eldar. Decent VP lead. Webway goes up in the southwest. Can they push on to a power bash here? Banshees can bash pretty well, especially double Dire Avengers helping out. Warlock, no war gear, level 2 though. Venom Brood up here for Redbeard, getting their ranged synapse to buff non-synapse ranged creatures such as Raveners and double Termagants. They're now going to be packing a punch. And there we saw Seismic Roar again. Really bad news for Banshees, that thing. Fire Dragons on the way for Best Noob. Those guys have those fusion guns, rapid firing melters. Pretty effective against all targets. And a Tyrant Guard for Oceans here. Could have been called in from the global bar because Oceans doesn't have much red right now. Super heavy infantry on this guy. Very tough. Powerful in melee, but can be vulnerable due to its speed. And doesn't like plasma and melter, which is what the Eldar have some good access to. Well, Inferno, I suppose, with their Dark Creepers. Hiveminion with a Psychic Scream. 208 to 455, double cap here for the Eldar. Tyranids, though, are taking the bottom. And here we see a Falcon up from Marky Mark. Are there any Venom? Oh, there's a Venom Brood here. So need to be careful. Rippers do snare your movement. Kind of standing there, or floating there, taking hits. Is there any more Venom Brood up here? Don't think so. Should be safe-ish. 174 to 455 now. Little power bash from the Tyranids. Crushing Claws up for OceansAteAlaska. Only double Hormagaunts on the field. Those Seismic Roar on retreats. Banshees do get away. I see the Falcon taking some damage here. Oh, Venom Brood have got close to it. Should not have allowed that to happen, and it's going to go down. Sloppy loss, I think, from Marky Mark in the end. 108 heavy melee DPS. And look at it. It's now called Crushing Claws, not Crushing Claw. Only took 10 years. But it was changed to have an S. Level 2 Lictor Alpha. Tier 3 for Redbeard. Only got Venom Brood out in Tier 2. Oh, Oceans lost the Tyrant Guard as well. Was probably up here somewhere. Went a bit too far. There was Zone Thrope up for Hiveminion. Often gets a bunch of Tyrant Guard Hiveminion, but since it's a ways to stomp to the top, maybe thinking against it in this instance. It's 164 to 438. Tier 3 also for Oceans. Have they gone too quickly with not enough on the field? Now have a Wraithlord to deal with. From Qwest, there's those Fire Dragons. These fellas are pretty cool. I think they're heavy infantry as well. They have their Exarch, I suppose he is. Gives them a nice, I'm going to move faster and shoot you ability. Dragon's Fury, I think it's called. Lictor Alpha takes a bunch of shots. I was expecting to see the leap war gear off this guy. To get that backline disruption going. What is this? Ripper's trying to power bash. It's not going to work out, fellas. It's not going to work out. We are seeing some power bashing down here, though. Pretty effective, too. The Wraithlord has the shoulder-mounted shuriken cannon. Something shooting them now? Yeah, shuriken shooting them. Top seems pretty even. There's that warp spider, though. Oh, doing a group teleport there. From the improved warp generator. Can be very, very scary getting Banshees in behind things. Fire Dragons now getting shots on the Hive Tyrant of Hiveminion. Has improved Synapse. Seismic Roar was dodged by the Banshees there. They've learned their lesson. Don't walk up to an angry Hive Tyrant. Zone Thrope. This is a very dicey area to be. It's so narrow. Especially when you have grenades potentially coming in. Crippling Poison used to keep the Banshees at bay, and they do win the engagement there. Nice little flank from Hiveminion. Now gets the VP back. Look at this Warp Spider though. Decapping this fully mature natural rec point. Rec points only mature to plus 15 rec per minute on 3v3 maps. Brood Nest and double Capillary Towers. Do we see any more Capillary Towers over here to help stuff get to the front line from Hiveminion? Not really. They do give a speed bonus, and I think that would be worth it over the course of a game. Assuming you can keep them up. Oh, we do see Gravity Blade from the Farseer. She seems to be bugged out there for a second, but she's alright. Very good anti-melee war gear. Guide goes up on the Dire Avengers. Should have put Guide on the Wraithlord, I think. You can put it on vehicles. Now bashing some power. Redbeard perhaps in a bad place here. Banshee's ready to get some retreating attacks in. Yeah, this is going to be bad. Pretty painful. Banshees here of... Are these Marky Marks Banshees? They are. See that distortion field on them? That's a global ability of the Warlock, giving them some range damage reduction. Webway at the southwest corner here. But it looks like the southwest VP is going to turn blue. We do have a tier 3 Lictor from Redbeard. A heavy melee Lictor that can jump and has 3 infiltration, which is very strong. Level 2 is Masvidal. Level 3 now with those crushing claws. 72 to 407. Very low VPs for the Tyranids as they start to think about tier 3 stuff. Speaking of tier 3 stuff, Marky Mark has a Fire Prism on the way. Lots of VPs to make up, but there's a triple for him. Here comes some Eldar to retake the southwest. Hiveminion getting some support from Oceans. Qwest is still bottom with Marky Mark, so it's lopsided here. 2 top, 2 bottom from opposing teams. Do you have any war gear, Mr. Warp Spider? Only the enhanced what is it called? Improved warp jump generator. Little power bash here maybe. Level 2 and level 2. The Banshees have done very well so far. Aspects of strength, which is what gives the Exarch that fancy looking spear. It's a heavy melee spear, so will damage everything. Can they approach up these stairs? Hive Tyrant is right there with the crushing claws and is looking quite menacing when he's not being shot at by fusion guns. What is this? Tyranid is trying to get around for a power bash, a little bit slow though, and Eldar are back out to defend. 72 to 325. Wraithlord moving in. We do see Venom Brood and we do see a Zone Throat, which has the focus warp blast, and maybe we'll see the symbiosis ability in this game, because there are 2 Zone Throats up. It's a new ability for Zone Throats in 2.9, where they can heal a allied Tyranid over time. It does need to be channeled. I don't think they can even retreat out of it, which could lead to some Zone Throat deaths. Useful for Carnifexes and stuff though. This Wraithlord is still around. Needs to back away, I think. There's a Venom Brood and a Zone Throat right here, and another Venom Brood coming in, and another Zone Throat coming in. Playing with fire and goes down. Should have backed away. Sometimes you just see red and want to chop stuff up. Oh hey, Farseer gets on the Zone Throat, gets a sync kill on the Zone Throat with the Gravity Blade, 65 DPS melee. Not a huge amount, but the Levitation Field is what you get it for, and Runes of Reaping. Got some very late game Warrior Brood for Hiveminion with Adrenal Glands, up to 1732 hit points these days. Now gives them 65% more health, which I think was a 2.9 change. I think it was 50 before. And of course, some Gene Stealers alongside. These guys now heal passively on hit all the time. And with melee synapse pumped into them, they're scary as hell. 2-to-1 cap for the Tyranids here. I mean, a Carnifex is on the way. Could get a very, very good comeback going. Hive Tyrant falls for Hiveminion. Might be tough to revive that guy. Eldritch Storm misses, or is rather dodged quite well by Hiveminion there. 1-to-1 cap. Warrior Brood doing some good disruption there. Looks like Tyranids will hold the naturals. A Brood Nest going up. More Eldar though, including a Seer Council from Qwest. Power melee squad that can leap into combat like that. Also passively emit a 15%, I think it is, range damage resistance aura that they do benefit from themselves. That's that blue aura you see beneath their feet. Very good at chopping up heavy infantry. Best Noob also has some Seer Council. I don't see a Webway Gates anywhere. Brood Nest goes down. Big old retreat from Hiveminion, understandably. Raveners level 2. Gene Stealers I can't select for some reason. There we go. Did get a little bit of XP. But Eldar will retake the north. Tyranid is taking the southwest back. A spot of power bashing too from double termagants. A level 3 Lictor Alpha with the Lone Hunter makes him very powerful if he's away from allies. 50% more damage is pretty crazy. Down goes Masvidal from OceansAteAlaska, level 3. This guy fully kitted out and level 2. Not sure what he's up to. Trying to hide. You're a bit big, fella. Here's a Carnifex. Gone for Thornback. The melee upgrade. Spawning some Rippers there. Instantly got thrown aside. Taking a lot of damage from the Fire Dragons. Look at that. Were they buffed with Guide or something? No, the Farseer is not even there. Maybe Crack Shot, I didn't notice. Oh, they're using their Dragon's Fury thing. I don't think that's Crack Shot. Crack Shot looks different, I think. Crack Shot gives you more range and more damage. I'm not sure what that Dragon's Fury thing does. I think it's like more speed and more accuracy or something, and fire on the move. It's been changed a few times over the years. Some late game Dire Avengers for Marky. That might be in thinking of vehicles and stuff to repair them a bit quicker. Or maybe they just want another plasma grenade, because plasma grenades are fun. Lictor in on a Seer Council. That's not a good fight for you, fella. Down you go. I'm not sure if Lone Hunter was active there. I wish there was a... Maybe there is some kind of graphical effect to know when Lone Hunter is active. Maybe that's something they could add in. I'm not aware of one. 72 to 191. Can they deal with the Seer Council here? They cannot. Maybe these fellas already used their crippling poison. These guys are like relatively tanky, I think. 500 hit points per model and a unit that moves very fast and does have that range damage reduction. Down goes Masvidal again. Javier still hanging out on this VP, and the tier 3 Lictor of Redbeard all the way up to the north to take that VP. Double cap here for the Tyranids. They are eating through the VPs of the Eldar, it's got to be said. Seer Council strangely spread out here trying to cap. Spawn mines trying to explode on them. Avatar of Cain on the way for Qwest. And look how much resources Best Noob has. They must be waiting for an Avatar themselves. They can drop a nuke. Feels like the Tyranids have been using their red quite a lot on stuff because they didn't have much of it. Banshees eats a crippling poison. Trying to get in on the Venom Brood to get those Synapse Backlash explosions. Or maybe they're going for the Zone Throat. Taking a lot of damage doing it. Seer Council in behind them. And they found a Zone Throat and they've caught him. War Shout suppressed him, I think. Can they finish it off? They can. There you see the Synapse Backlash. I believe it's 10% damage done of your maximum health and a knockback, which is pretty good. And it does work on big old things like Carnifexes. Won't knock them over, of course, but you do get that damage. 2-to-1 cap here for the Tyranids. We have Seer Council from all of the Eldar fellas. I just heard a levitation field used, I think. Can the Tyranids hold the north? There is a Brood Nest. A Neurothrope on the way for Hiveminion. Going to take a while to get up there. And these guys are just hanging out having a conversation. Just revived Oceans, I think. Avatar from Qwest getting stuck in. Going to take out that tier 3 Lictor. Just stabbed him through the thorax there. Maybe we'll see that levitation field. Special attack is what we see. Gene Stealer's backing away into a time field though. And now they retreat. Uh-oh, Warrior Brood goes down. Sync kill. I think that's a bit unnecessary, Mr. Avatar. It's just a warrior fella. I'd like to see him do that to a guardsman or something. Just the most overkill ever. Tyrant Guard was cancelled there by Redbeard. Another Lictor on the way. Power bashing from the Tyranids. They get the 2-to-1. 72 to 66. Eldar just can't hold ground here. It's often their shortcoming in faction wars. They really have to use that mobility, have to use those webways, frustrate their enemy, make them make mistakes as they try to move around the map. It's easy to make a mistake when you're trying to shift your entire force to another side. This is a destroyed Bright Lance, I assume. Yes. Carnifex got a big old swing and a hit. Level 2, this guy. 1885 hit points. What is this? It's fighting. There's the ability from the Neurothrope I'm forgetting the name of. Paroxysm. I think that's the name. It's gonna die. Super gonna die. Yeah. Is it paroxysm? My mind is blanked. I think it's that. It's a medical term, I believe, for like the sudden onset of symptoms or something. And I believe it is, or at least was, the name of a psychic power in Tyranid tabletop. 71 to 59. That 2-to-1 continues. But now for the Eldar. Swarmlord on the way for Oceans. Hiveminion has lost a lot. Might not have time to recover here. They can get a Carnifex soonish, but need support at the top for sure. Tier 3 Lictor doing some work for Redbeard at the top. Might be able to kill some... Yep, Dire Avengers go down. Can be so hard to fight up these stairs. Pouring some damage on this Lictor. He's going to go down if he's not careful. Gets the decap. Needs to jump away. Does not jump away. And falls. Tyranids have the southwest. Tyrant formation goes off. The first one I've seen. Carnifex is here. Eldritch doesn't really hit anything. Hit some stuff coming up the stairs there. Avatar is so far forward here. Another Eldritch. Does hit some of the smaller Tyranids. Can't quite wipe them, but does get them out of there. Bonded exoskeleton for Oceans. But look at this though. Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant. Carnifex and Swarmlord all on the Avatar. It's going to go down. No way it can get away from here. Levitation Field isn't going to float the Carnifex and stuff away. Eldritch takes out the Avatar. Gets some decent hits on the monstrous creatures, but nothing really there to follow up. Here comes another Avatar to follow it up, in fact. Fire Dragons as well. 26 to 59. Eldar with the 2-1. Let's leave this for just a moment to see what's going on bottom. It's a Warlock trying to cap. Wailing Doom just went off. Looks like the Eldar have the north. And there's the double, and that could be GG. Hiveminion just threw everything into this VP at the end. Trying to hold it. And there it is. Victory for the Eldar. I mean, it got kind of dicey at the end with the Tyranids on that 2-1 cap for so long and some doubles and stuff. But the Eldar used their tricksy ways, used their mobility, and get the win in the end. We did have the Witchblade of Kurnos and a level 3 Warlock Providence and a Warp Throw. Level 9 Farseer down at the end. Did some good work. Level 8 Warp Spider, Entangling Web, Phase Armor at the end, and improved Targeters. Javier, level 3, Rending Talons, Psychic Scream, all that good stuff. Level 6, and down is Masvidal. And Redbeard's Lictor Alpha down also level 4. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war. And I'll see you next time.